somos. ¿Qué es lo que somos? 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 Somos sombras de difuntos reencarnados. Dentro, almas enfocados, tirando dados. Checking on your six, siempre mirándote de lado. Caminos sobre huellas, esclavizados del pasado. Claro, ustedes andan decepcionados, claiming that you woke, pero nunca se han despertado. Estudiante y maestra, aprendo y enseño. Solo fuerza, no hay destreza, chequea mi desempeño. Cenicienta intelectual sin dueño. Desde el río Amazonas hasta el mar caribeño. Sangre pulcapina y chilena. Guerrillera, yo no soy ninguna cualquiera. Somos más. Somos más. Somos más. Y no tenemos miedo a los demás. Porque siempre andamos preparados, luchando para la libertad.
Sofrito in my veins. Mommy's sofrito was Boricua mana that made everything it fused with better. The domingos, Mommy summoned ancestors to move her hands to grind and chop earth-grown magic, her fingers tattooed with the scent of cilantro. This is like our people, Mommy would say. A perfect blend of the bitter and sweet. One spoon of that emerald sauce de cielo flung out the window for the dead before anyone, including Mommy, could sample the saucy spice of Boriquén. A recipe that doubled as a history lesson of Jibaro hands that worked lands with Lukumi, blessed machetes of Tres Caminos, Africa, Boriquén, and ivory blood. This savory blend that provided kicks and induced satiated moans was a piece of ancient times that kept the beat of great-grandparents' hearts drumming in our veins. Sofrito in our veins.
Climb. Because of walls, he was blocked. He built the wall. To prevent families from grieving their dead, he built the wall. Pandemic policies polluting people's pensamientos, poniéndonos pretty stressed. A barrier preventing us from uniting, luring us onto spiderweb grids, networking, or working through nets, entangled in confusion. Follow policies, follow best practices. We've been training for these hurdles since the first crossing. No walls can hold back hope. No walls can hold back love. No walls can hold back determination. He built the wall. He built them inside their hearts. He built them inside their minds. He closed them off to the rest of us so they could not see us on the other side. He cannot cross. He cannot come and go freely. In their mind, he is a bad hombre. Older man, short in stature, gentle, humilde, respetuoso. They place invisible barriers. They see what they choose. They cover chain-linked fences, hoping we don't get through. He built the wall. We built tools. Hammer and nail, chisel tip to mental brick, brick by brick we fight for our loved ones on the other side, for the deceased on the other side, for the newborns on the other side, for the dying, the trying, the crying, the fighting, the surviving, for those we may never meet on the other side. We are here on the other side. We are climbing. Climb.
Borinquen Seba. Borinquen Seba, uprooted from its native soil, still dripping from the last tropical storm, fighting to dig its roots into concrete, establish a firm grip into volatile ground, desperately stretching for the sun. It seems further away in the gray than it was on the island that it was birthed in. Its rays do not kiss her leaves as affectionately as they did in La Isla, where trade winds melded with thick heat. It now struggles to grow in the faces of hate and neglect, unappreciated, no longer serenaded by the coqui. She finds rhythm in hurried hearts to sway and flow against the new "you do not belong here" winds that she wrestles with. She rests still with faith in the resilience of her roots.
My soul is not of gears and mechanics. My flesh is not a case of titanium. My heart is not of stone. How is it when you look into my eyes, you see hatred of self? How is it when you listen to my voice raised for justice, your fears manifest? How is it when you witness my hands raised in prayer, you are threatened? The rubble and chaos I stand in is not who I am. Blood pouring out onto the earth gives life, same as yours. Bones broken are as fragile as you are to the marrow. Cries from innocence pierce my very core, just as you are moved. Pray not for the demise of enemies. They are as fearful as we all are. Pray instead for the serenity of mind and spirit, that the gears and mechanics of hatred and war give way to understanding that we are not the enemy. We are humanity. Pray that what you see is the light you want to be. Pray that we become the light that fear and destruction try to snuff out with their lies and misdirection. Names chosen for a higher being are nothing compared to the strength of the being within. In our own name, bring peace. In our own voice, bring serenity. In our own belief, bring understanding. In our own, of our own, to our own, bring humanity. In our name, we pray.
Café con mami. Maybe there were lessons in that morning cup of coffee mommy made me. Something about the strength and sweetness, the color it created from the perfectly heated milk, the pan, queso, and crackers dipped, soaked, and savored between sips. Maybe, or maybe it was just a tradition with sabor, feeling, and the conversations over café con leche that will stay with me long after her final breath.
Beneath this shell of bone lies not a heart, but a person. Who this is doesn't start from the outside, already exposed. Smallest thread pulled endless, breaks seams above bone. Arguments and struggles fall away, piled on the floor, forgotten. Beliefs and fears fall next. The great debate silent. Experience, knowledge, know-how bring the pile knee high, bright bones still protecting. Once That thread is pulled. What's left is me, naked in truth. Flesh that beats knows but one rhythm, survival. All of the pieces that make it work, real and imagined, feed from that rhythm, give the thumping a reason for living. This, who I am, raw and strong, is no gimmick, no pretense or pretty words. This, who I am, while protected by shell of bone, beats strong, exposed from the inside out.